Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Two Tunes podcast. I should probably
Be on the mic.
move into the microphone.
Yes, you should. It sounds weird, but maybe because we have done this. We've done it more frequently in the last 3 weeks than we did in the previous 3 weeks.
You're saying like we forgot how to record?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or maybe my ears just aren't used to this.
maybe. So I'm Brandon.
I'm Bo.
So you know how I always make jokes? We have like 6 listeners.
Yeah, we don't.
We have 8. Because in the last couple months, 2 friends of mine have gotten on board and started listening through. My one friend, Allison, has listened. I think she has now listened all the way through.
Yes.
She started at number 1 and then made it all the way through. And then another friend of mine, Brandolyn, they were I think they started at episode 1, but now they're cherry picking, which is the smart way to do it. You don't have to.
Don't go 1 through.
No, I mean you can if you want to get
1 through 121.
the story. I don't know.
There is no story.
There's no story, the through line or whatever. No. But that's what they've been doing. They've been oh, this artist and this thing and whatever. So yeah, so we're up to 8 listeners
and
now.
By the way,
You're gonna prove me wrong and show that we have
no. Okay,
9 listeners.
No. So earlier I had been like, we want to get to this many average weekly downloads, which was 100.
Yeah.
We're at 140.
Oh.
So we did that. I don't think it's real still. So let's shoot for 200 now.
Okay.
Average episode download is at 28.
Okay.
So what my next goal for that is to get to 50. Which basically means that we have 50 fans because weekly, every episode, basically I want to get the first day download to be, right now I want it to be 20.
Okay.
I know that just, that's not make sense. But okay, so the AJJ Samurai Velvet episode, so episode 114, on day 1, 9 downloads.
Okay. Is that across all?
No, because then the next week, 115, Lana Lubani,
Lana Lubani, I think.
Lubani and Paramore, 20 downloads. Pierce the Veil and Abby Holiday, 23. These are all just on the first day. Mm-hmm. They go up after that. They're all
Wait,
above.
can you stop talking for a second? There's music playing.
Yeah, yes, there is. Yeah, but no one can hear it except for you and me.
That's weird. I was
yeah.
I might be.
Yeah, you are
fighting a little bit of a head cold thing, and I was like, "Am I just hallucinating?"
Actually, actually, people can hear it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
It's from over here. It's how I make money.
Yeah.
On the side.
I get it.
Oh my God. So there's YouTube. So there's a thing happening, and YouTube ads. I hate the YouTube ads that are not 30 seconds or a minute, but they're an hour.
Oh yeah.
It's don't show me that.
I accidentally let one of those play the other day. I was putting in assignments for my classes because we do listening assignments. It's always play things off YouTube. And so sometimes I'm just I pull up the video so I can share, grab the embed code and whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of don't pay attention to it because I'm over on Canvas, on another tab. And I came back and then I was doing other stuff. And I came back 30 minutes later and this ad for whatever was still playing.
Yeah, because they're 50-minute ads.
Oh no, now they think I want that thing. And they're going to show me
exactly
whatever it was. But anyway, I don't understand how the download stuff works, but let's hopefully we get more.
I don't either. But crap, where is it? Here it is. So it just fluctuates, and I think it's depending on who's.
So we have a core group of folks that subscribe.
Yeah.
So what numbers are you getting from? What is that? Apple Podcasts?
No. This is
across all platforms.
This is from Red Circle, how we put it out.
Right.
And it'll tell me one day, and then it'll go 7 days, and it'll go 30 days and 60 days, and then the total. So for that AJJ or the episode 114, there's 23 total downloads, and it's only been out a month. But then the next episode is 38. So I'm not really worried about the overarching, maybe all these people didn't download on the first day. It's okay, but then they all download on the second day. There's different
That's interesting
spikes.
to me too, because I'm curious then how people are
getting these?
Like, is it just so you think, oh yeah, it's Tuesday, or like, oh, you missed that Tuesday was really busy, so you're like, oh yeah, it's Wednesday, I guess I'll go download. Like,
Yeah.
don't like, because I just subscribe
Yeah.
to whatever. I also subscribe to way more things than I listen to.
But do you subscribe, or do you like immediate? Like, does it download when you subscribe?
I think when you subscribe, it downloads.
Well, you can set it to be like it's in my feed, but it's not downloaded.
Oh, like it only downloads when I play it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Or you can say, I want it to download. I don't know how this works.
I don't know. I have no idea.
But I want our one day to be 20.
Okay.
But every episode is 20 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum 20 downloads.
Cool.
Every single episode.
Yeah.
As of right now.
Nobody listening cares about this.
You're
Sorry.
right.
Sorry, folks.
But if they cared, you're right. No.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell everybody.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
yeah.
I'm bummed today.
Why?
I'm sad because I said I'm kind of fighting like a head cold thing or whatever.
Did your favorite band break up?
No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I won tickets to do live band karaoke.
Okay.
Emo specific.
Emo
although
night.
not
Yeah.
really. Yeah, but it was like with a live band.
Wait. What is the thing?
What is the thing?
You tell me.
Okay.
What is
so
it?
the venue was Phantom Power, which is where I saw Thursday in Cursive back in December. It's down in Millersville.
Mm-hmm.
And they were hosting what is called Emo Night Karaoke.
Yes.
Which is live band karaoke.
Is it like
and they
every
have
week?
like 100? No. The Emo Night Karaoke thing is like a touring thing. They're like their own thing.
Okay.
And then the venue that they were going to be at was Phantom Power.
Was going to be at?
Or were at. They were there as of recording like last night. But I wasn't feeling the best, and so I had to not go, and I was really, really bummed. Because one, I miss doing karaoke, and two, live band karaoke sounded really awesome. And so because it's quote unquote emo night, it's a lot of like stuff from like 20 years ago that we like.
Oh yeah.
So they have like a playlist of like 100 songs. So like, here's the songs you can choose from, kind of thing. So a bunch of Fall Out Boy, and there was some like Under Oath, and I think there's probably like a couple Thursday songs on there, and Yellow Card, and Paramore, and all that stuff that we really like. And I was really excited about it, and then I didn't go.
I just wanted to know
wasn't
if it was
feeling
my friend's band, but I don't think it was.
I nothing I saw had about who was in the band. Maybe I just didn't dig deep enough, but it seemed really cool. They like do it around, so it's not like it'll never happen again. In fact, next weekend it's going to be in Lancaster, although I'll be in Florida. But I was really sad that I didn't go. I couldn't go.
The drummer from Punchline, I think, does that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's him, if that's. I mean, it's probably just whatever.
Yeah.
It's probably not the same. I don't know how. I don't know.
Like they probably have like a lineup of dudes that they can pull from. It's like you have this night. And
that emo night is probably not the same.
Oh,
thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Like they just call it an emo night, and it is because they do
Yeah.
whatever, and it's like and like it's like Blue Man Group, but it's not like
it's franchised.
Yeah, but it's not really franchised.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get you. Either way, I didn't get to go, and I'm super sad about it.
Yeah,
would have been fun. They actually had so like Sugar We're Going Down is one of my go-tos for karaoke, right?
Yeah.
But off of that same album, From Under the Cork Tree, there's a song called Of All the Gin Joints in the World.
Yeah.
Do you know that song? It's like track 2, I think.
I am not super familiar with the record, but like if you named like you just
would know that
I would be like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
because that's a time period where all had long names.
Yeah.
Now it's Lana Del Rey is having all the long names.
But anyway, I think that's track 2 off of that album, and I love that song. And that's one of those songs that I'm always like, man, why don't they have this at karaoke? You know what I mean? Like they'll have Dance Dance and they'll have Sugar We're Going Down. And then guess what? That was on the playlist.
Yeah.
And so I'm even sadder because I was hoping to sing that song. But anyway, R.I.P. that time. You moved the dowel rods.
Did I? I mean, I moved that whole table.
They're out of reach.
Because the table was sideways because I have the kids mixing on my computer there,
gotcha.
and then I have the projector up as well.
Oh, nice.
So like the rest of the class can see it, and we can talk about what we need and recording there. And we figured out that if you have a hard drive and the interface plugged into the same dongle, you'll get a sound when the discs because if it's this hard drive.
Oh, it's like external, yeah.
It's an external hard drive that uses or is a solid state. So when it revs up,
Yeah.
it gets a weird sound, and it is recorded in there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is there a way you could like use that to your advantage?
I mean, no, because it's like
Oh. You could
it's
use
that
it. You could
it's
figure it
that sound on bass guitar. And I was like, no, it sounds bad. You need to do that again.
out. That's funny.
It was really bad, and trying to figure it out. And then they're like, we were doing that over when we were over there recording drums. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, but that's what happened.
Yeah. Say that word. Dongle. Say that again.
What?
How do you say that word?
I don't even know what you said.
Dongle.
I gotta write it down.
The thing you said, you plug this into that.
Dongle.
Say it again. Just say it one more time.
No, I'm not going to. Why am I saying it
The
wrong?
the vowel is what I'm not sure of. There's like an in there. Dungle. You almost say dungle.
No.
Say it one more time.
Dongle.
Dongle. That was like an owl. Owl sound. Dongle.
Not down.
But it's almost. That's
Dong.
what dong.
Goal.
Yeah, there you go.
But like there's probably
Dongle.
it's probably dawn.
Dongle. But it's dongle. I don't know. Anyway, what do we do here?
We
So
make
I'd slowly go mad.
it really is. Like I'm like crazy right now.
Yeah.
I'm not here in my head.
Oh.
In my head. I'm a zombie. I'm a
Hey.
Z-O-M. I'm a Z-O-M-B-I zombie. Remember that song?
No. I was sort of quoting Zombie by the Cranberries.
I know, and then I changed it to quote another song.
We talk about two tunes.
We do.
Talk about music.
We talk about two tunes. I'm thinking I have a whole bunch because I did a lot over the weekend, and I don't know if I want to. Imagine if we didn't record any of this. I don't know if I want to bring it up now or bring it up later. I think we should bring it up later. We'll
Later
bring
in
it
the
up
episode, or like
later in the
case
episode.
we record a second one later today than that one.
No, we'll bring it up in between. And then that zombie thing will come in.
Oh, I see.
So it'll be in after our first tune. Or the
enough.
two tunes.
All right. So who's first?
You are.
I'm first. Do you know this artist?
I do not know this artist, but guess what?
What?
I already knew the ending.
Oh.
as soon as I'll
It's
point
not.
it out.
It's not that big of a spoiler.
It's not, but it's funny that like I'm like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah. So Samara Joy is the artist.
Who is she? Why should I know her?
She just won the Grammy for Best New Artist 2023.
Doesn't sound like a new artist.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is like this could be a 1960s tune.
It is a 1960s tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's played that way as well. Mm-hmm.
So she's a jazz singer. Samara Joy McClendon, apparently is her full name. Here's the thing I don't understand with Best New Artist.
Yeah.
This is her second album.
Yeah. What was the first record off of?
First record debut 2021.
What label?
Maybe not a label. Is that where the...
I have no idea. I don't know the rules.
I don't... No, that's... me neither. Discography... Hang on. 2021.
Like at what level do you have to get to be on this?
Label Whirlwind.
And what's the second? This one?
Verve, which is like a legit jazz album. Or jazz label, I mean.
So it could... I mean, we'll have to go into...
I mean, here... I don't... She should win. She's amazing.
Oh, yeah,
She's great. I just never understand it. I feel like a lot of like Best New Artists. Maybe it's like an amount you sell.
Maybe.
Because like that's sort of like now you're actually like on the radar and whatever. And I don't know. I don't know how it works. Anyway, she's the second only jazz musician to win the award. Which makes sense, but also seems kind of wild. Like, I guess the Grammys haven't been going like forever. Like they started, I guess, sort of post when jazz was like the pop music, but it was her and Esperanza Spalding who won not that many years ago when she beat Justin Bieber. So yeah, she's great. She's young. She's only 23. She'll be 24 later this year. I really, really like her delivery and her singing. She's from the Bronx. She went to SUNY Purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's just really great. 2 albums. I don't know what to say. She's really good. Obviously, she won the Grammy. This tune, Guess Who I Saw Today, I believe was originally by Nancy Wilson, or at least originally sort of made famous. Hang on, it says popular jazz song written by Murray Grand with lyrics by Elise Boyd. Was originally composed for Leonard Sillman's Broadway musical review New Faces of 1952. I know it from Nancy Wilson. She recorded it in 1960. Apparently Carmen McRae recorded it first in 1957. A whole bunch of other people. It's become kind of a standard. Typically by female singers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the story is
pretty self-explanatory when you listen to it.
Makes sense. Yeah. It's not... You do get, like, there's build up as to like when you get the actual answer, but
it's a story song.
Yeah, but it's really great. So let's get into it. Great piano playing.
You're so late getting home from the office.
By the way, can you pause for a second? So in jazz terminology and like this sort of thing, there's verse and chorus, which is different than verse and chorus in a typical pop song, right?
Yes.
Like I talked about Fall Out Boy earlier. Like the verse is the verse, like that's the part where you're sort of like
telling the story,
and then the chorus is the thing that kind of keeps coming back and back and back. Different in jazz parlance or whatever. The verse is actually the part of the song most of the time you don't even hear.
Yeah.
It sets up the story and whatever, and it's almost told sometimes more almost like in a recitative style in some ways. Okay. Where you kind of hang out sort of just like on a couple. It's not as melodic, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And then the chorus is like the main tune of the thing. Yeah. So like that's what we mostly hear. And in fact, when we refer to like soloing and stuff, or like playing through the head of the tune, which is like the main tune, like talking about taking choruses when you solo. So like if it's a 32 bar form, hey, you take 2 choruses, that means you get 2 times through the 32 bars, 12 bar blues, 12 bars, whatever. So I like that this tune, that we get a verse on it and then it's the chorus after that. So just kind of cool.
Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother.
So this is the verse, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And at that point, no, don't bother to explain. Yeah. That's where I'm like, I know where it's going.
Yeah. Martini. As a matter of fact, I'll have one with you, for to tell you the truth, I've had quite a day too.
We're not going to talk over this.
Now, here comes the chorus.
Guess who I saw today, my dear? I went in town to shop around.
It snares really loud.
Something new.
Yeah. I love the guitar on this as well.
Oh, yeah. The tone on that.
Yeah.
Grab a bite when I was through. I looked around for some
Pasquale Grasso. Yes. His name.
I'm looking it up right now.
Then it occurred to me where I had parked the car, there was a most attractive French cafe and bar. It really wasn't very far.
It's an interesting setup too with the piano and the guitar, like both being kind of comping instruments.
Yeah.
Like they work well together though. You would think in a small group like this you get one or the other usually.
Yeah.
She has a couple tracks I think too that are just like her and guitar, or like mostly her and guitar.
Okay. The guitarist also sings on a couple of these. Yes. On Sweet Pumpkin, Linger a While, and Someone to Watch Over Me. Is he singing?
No, he's playing. I think those are the ones where it's like just her and guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why they get a featuring and not on any of the other tracks.
Guess who I saw tonight? beautiful day, my dear.
Oh,
I'd never been so shocked.
never mind. It's there's a thing that says
I
commented
headed
Joy's partnership with guitarist,
blindly through the door.
which could be just like they work together a
I
lot.
think it's a musical partnership.
Yes.
Yeah.
Passing through. Guess who I saw today? Guess who I saw today? Guess who I saw today? I saw you.
Just let that attention build. Yeah, man, she's so good. So right after she won the Grammy, I played her stuff for my jazz bands. Like, hey, check this out. Like, a jazz artist won this, and also you should just know her. Like, she's great. And I think it was like later in that same week in my one class, I was playing some Sinatra as they were coming in. And sometimes I'll do some stuff like where they have to either like guess the name of a tune or like guess the theme of a tune, like just some different things, like just to kind of get them like actively listening and stuff. And with a vocalist, it's hard to like, or a vocal tune, it's hard to get them to like guess the name of the tune because they probably say the name of the tune or whatever. So what I did was I gave them the name of the tune, not this one. It was a Sinatra tune. It was like, I Want to Be Around. And I was like, guess what Sinatra wants to be around for? You know, the name of the song is I Want to Be Around by Frank Sinatra. And they're guessing like, oh, I want to be around like to like take you out on dates. And like everything was like all love songs or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So that song is actually about, I want to be around when like this guy that you're now with, like kicks you to the curb and treats you bad, basically. Like he wants his like Michael Jackson eating popcorn moment to like just watch. That's the whole thing. And so they were like, oh shoot, like salty Sinatra. Like that's what they were saying. And I was like, oh, remember Samara Joy we heard the other day? I was like, it's not so salty, but it's a little salty. And I played them this song and they're like, oh, salty Samara. Like, they were into it. They thought it was funny. Because, like, too, they figured out right away, too, like, oh, guess who you saw today? Yeah, it's you. But then, like, just the way she draws it out and is like, yeah, like, I just saw this couple at the bar, and, man, they really seem to be in love. Isn't that great? That's so nice. Isn't that so sweet? And guess who I saw today? You know, just as, like, a side thing. Let me just keep telling you this story. So, yeah, I could have picked any number of her tunes. She's released a couple things, too, with Gerald Clayton, who's a great piano player. So some, like, sort of just different versions of some of these tunes with, like, just him and her. I think there's a version of this that's out now. They did Sweet Pumpkin as well. So it's just kind of cool. Just like, hey, this is the album, this is the other thing, but here's some other ways I'm interpreting the same material, which is kind of cool. So yeah, she's really, really great. And can't wait to hear so much more from her. So only 2 albums and pretty young. So yeah, it's pretty great.
I want to go back to talking about the best new artist.
Okay.
So like there's rules,
Yeah.
but they're weird.
Sure.
So must have released a minimum of 5 singles / tracks or 1 album.
Okay.
That's changed. There used to be a maximum.
Oh.
And now like the maximum's gone. Like it was raised in 2020 to maximum 30 tracks or 3 albums.
Interesting.
But this maximum limit was removed the next year in 2021. Which is like, whatever. Rule number 2, may not have entered into this category more than 3 times, including as a performing member of an established group. So like
So the Beatles could have been in it, and
Yes.
then Wings could have been in it,
Wait
but
a
Paul
second.
McCartney could not have been, or whatever. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Okay. That's not what I want. Anyways, and rule number 3, which is like, what? I mean, it's like, well, what's the thing?
Yeah.
Must have achieved a breakthrough into the public consciousness and impacted the musical landscape landscape during the eligibility period.
Okay.
Wow, those are big words. Not
Interesting.
really. Which is like, well, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, who else?
So you could have been a band for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And then not until like, how long's the Code been around?
20
years.
Or
so theoretically, if you guys released like
another record.
a new album this year and it got some traction, you could be a best new artist.
This 20 years.
Overnight success, the Code.
Yeah. But there was a thing, and I saw these names. I'm like, really? But 8 artists who have been nominated for Best New Artist and have been later awarded with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. The Beatles, 1965, 2014. Chicago, 1970. I'm going to stop the Cream, Jefferson Airplane, Led Zeppelin, John Prine. Which, like, did they win that award?
They were just
nominated.
Or
just nominated, and then like, but yeah, you still made an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's an interesting award, and I kind of like it. The question is like, well, what makes it a new artist?
Yeah.
And like,
so
at
that's
what
it.
level?
The cultural impact or whatever. That was.
And then like, well, what is that? Impact?
So like, if you look at just some of the charts for her album,
the Beatles did win in 1965.
Okay. I mean, for the U.S. jazz albums on Billboard, she was number 1. UK jazz and blues albums, number 1. French jazz albums, number 2. Australian, number 4. But like U.S. Billboard 200, she was 158, which is still pretty good for like a jazz album and stuff. So like, I don't know. Is that it? Are those couple of like high chart topping things? Is that what makes it?
Maybe. I mean,
I'm curious. Like, let me look at her.
Wait. Hold on a second. I just want to do this. So I'm like looking at the list, right? It's like, so in 1990, who won?
I don't know.
No one. I mean, somebody won, and then they took their Grammy away.
Oh, Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. But then the next year, Mariah Carey, Mark Cohn, who, by the way, they beat Boyz II Men, C&C Music Factory, Color Me Bad, and Seal.
Yeah.
Which, out of those 5 names, Mark Cohn is the last one that I knew.
Yeah.
Or I still don't really know. Arrested Development, Tony Braxton, Sheryl Crow, Hootie and the Blowfish, Leanne Rimes, Paula Cole, Lauryn Hill, Christina Aguilera, Shelby Lynn, Alicia Keys.
Wasn't the Lauryn Hill one the one where Paul McCartney was presenting and he's like, some guy named Lawrence Hill? He was like trying to make a joke and I was like, just say your name. Is that the one?
Yeah,
I think so. By the way, if you look at her like charting for, it's nothing for the first album.
Yeah.
She didn't chart, which means like not in the top 200. So yeah.
Everybody who wins this is like household name. Norah Jones, Evanescence, Maroon 5, John Legend, Carrie Underwood, Amy Winehouse.
Well, because here's the thing, because they've proven themselves in some way.
Yeah. I think the 2000s are a little bit more not as popular, maybe. I mean, they're popular. I know all these names.
Say them again.
Well, I just read the early 2000s. Yeah. Now I'm into the 2010s.
Okay.
So Zac Brown Band.
Yeah.
Esperanza
Spalding. She's the other one who won for jazz artist.
Yeah.
But she beat Bieber that year, and that was like a big thing. She was getting like threats from Bieber fans on Twitter and whatever. Yeah.
It's like he's yeah. I'm gonna mispronounce it. Bon Iver.
Bon Iver. I don't know.
Fun,
Justin, whatever his actual name is.
Fun, Macklemore, and Ryan Lewis. Sam Smith.
So Fun, like that's not even a band anymore.
Yeah, and they beat Frank Ocean, who we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or last week, I forget.
Yeah.
Sam Smith, Meghan Trainor, Chance the Rapper.
Like Meghan Trainor, does she have staying power? I mean, she had like 2.5 hit songs.
Does it matter?
I don't know.
Like, no, it's like the hit song things. Oh my God, 2019, there's so many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that in 2019 they added a ton of, like, everything else is like there are 5 nominations, and then in 2019 there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I always thought it was like 5 for everything.
It's so many. They're just getting bigger and bigger.
I mean, the Academy Awards went to 10 for like Best Picture.
Yeah. They're getting big. And then also, I'm not really knowing a lot of these bands, or not bands.
Well, sure.
But
Well, we
the
don't
artists.
listen to as much.
No. Like
I mean,
other
probably.
people that nominated this year, Wet Leg.
Yep.
Main
Who
Skin.
I really like that album, by the way.
Yeah. Main Skin.
Man. Yeah. How do you pronounce them?
Good for you.
I listened to them once and I was like,
Domi and JD Beck.
yeah.
Which that's great. But then like all the what's that? The one person who the rapper that we had and his wife was on it.
Oh,
Tobe.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like these are people like I don't know, and like that's actually a good thing that I don't know them, because then it's like go look at these people. Last year was Japanese Breakfast was nominated, which is awesome, and Saweetie, you know, that person that made a McDonald's meal.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is gonna be a long episode.
It's all right.
Because we're already at a half hour.
Give the 20 people what they came.
So I went to see a show.
You did, yeah.
I did, and you should have gone. When I got there, the show was supposed to start at 7. I thought what I thought was late at 6:45 or 6:40. There's 3 people there, and I'm like, oh. I mean, it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's like at the stage on Her.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, so it was, yeah, that's right. I forgot it was local.
Yeah. So
so it's like the little stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, yeah, makes sense.
And then I was like, I'm going to just sit at the bar.
Yeah.
And I sat at the bar and had a great time.
Yeah.
There was a local band, local state college. Anaphylaxis. They were good. You
Okay.
could tell that they were a local band.
Yep.
Then next up was Black Vapor,
Okay.
which was it's weird. Like they're not going to like get on the radio because like I think they're a very artsy band.
Okay. Are they
Kind
going
of
to get
like-
on the podcast?
No,
Okay.
but like they put on a show and it was good. It was a good show. Spaced might get on the podcast.
Okay.
By the way, all the bands were female fronted, and like, yeah, I'll just say that.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking like, but they were also multicultural, so it's like that's awesome. So Spaced was kind of like hardcore, kind of like people that we've played on the podcast, Turnstile,
Yeah.
that type of hardcore. And then the reason I went was Pink Shift, which we've had on the podcast before. And it like the whole night kind of just got better and better and better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, and then I felt bad because like there wasn't a ton of people there, but it was like a decent sized crowd. But I'm like, well, these are small venues and it's a Sunday.
Right.
Like that's the thing. It's like, it's a Sunday. And I don't think that Harrisburg really knows any of those bands.
No.
So, but I invited out a former student who I haven't seen in 4 years because they graduated and it was a pandemic. And it was great hanging out with them.
Nice.
And I bought the vinyl. It's
Nice.
gold. I listened to it last night while I was making buttons.
Yeah.
I'll explain that maybe later.
Okay.
The reason I'm going to another show in 2 weeks.
The sell buttons.
Kind of, sort of.
Cool.
I'll explain that. I'm making buttons for Against All Authority.
Okay.
Because, like, their manager, who is the lead singer of my band, it's like, hey, you make buttons still? I'm like, yeah. It's like, I can make buttons.
Sweet.
It's like, so I was like, oh, when do they need them by? It's like, well, this date. And I'm like, I'll just come and deliver them then.
Yeah.
It's like, and he's like, you're on the list. So, blah,
Sweet.
blah. So I'm going to see This Is Not Crichton Fest 4.
Okay.
And Catbite will be there.
Sweet.
It's at a brewery. Broken Goblet.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah. You should come.
When
It's
is
sold
it?
out. It's 22nd.
Come to the show that's sold out.
I can get you on the list.
That's another Sunday, isn't it?
No, it's Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday.
The Sunday is like those bands playing a club in Philly, which these people, Against All 30, hasn't played a show. I mean, they played Fest in October, but besides that, they really haven't played anything. And oh my God, I looked up for plane tickets to Florida because it's Against All Authority, Suicide Machines, and Jer, which I'm friends with 2 out of the 3 bands.
Yeah.
Well, I'm friends with Jer.
Internet friends.
The other 2 I'm not internet friends with. Like
I know.
I'm in real life friends
I know.
with those guys. Those are we went on tour with Suicide Machines and Against All Authority and had the best time.
Yeah.
Like everybody was friends. It was
Nice.
so good. But I looked at plane tickets because it's on a Saturday. I was like, I looked up plane tickets to go down there. I'm not paying $500 to go see my friend's band.
Yeah.
Even though like everybody should go to that show.
Sure.
If you're in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Because it's also in Fort Lauderdale, which is like all the way down.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Speaking of old friends, I don't know this person, but I discovered them years ago, like within the first 4 years of me being a teacher here. And because I was like, we're going to play some music. And then I played some music and I didn't have the lyrics up. I was just like, what do you think this song's about? And then like I put up the lyrics and then the kids started, like we played it a couple times and then the kids started singing along with it. And I'm like, this is cool. And they had never heard the band before. So the band is called Frontier Ruckus. The song is called Orion Town 2. I don't think I've ever heard Orion Town.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually exists.
That's fair. Also, most folks might look at it and say Orion.
No, it's Orion.
Well, I understand that, but like it's spelled like
Orion.
Orion, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that this band may have like, they probably broke up, but like they're putting out new material soon. The lead singer had a baby, is a boy. Remember that commercial?
Yes.
We had a baby, it's a boy. Click. Collect calls. Remember those days? Anyways, it's like folkish, kind of runs along the lines of Bright Eyes, kind of, sort of.
I got Pine Grove vibes as well.
Yeah.
Modern baseball.
Yes. Oh, we got to talk about Lies. Off mic.
The band.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's Orion Town 2.
I'm going home, I'm smoking my last cigarette. The muffler shop shouting that she's in the city. The North Frozen landfill I just can't forget, 'cause it marks the town of my pity. Orion Town. Oh, now Rochester, you son of a bitch. You're so
Why, is it too loud for you?
It's a little loud.
It really is compared to what we just listened to. Like it's and super compressed. Anyways,
so just like any other band where like singers have kind of a specific voice.
Yeah.
It took me like a second listen to get acclimated to the voice and whatever. Not that it's bad, just that it's kind of specific sounding, but
definitely.
Yeah, and then so we're recording 2 in a row, whatever.
Yeah.
So what I did is I put on this song, and then I put on your next song.
Yep.
And then I also put on my 2 songs, just to like get in the mindset yesterday. And then after those 4 played, the next track off of this album then played.
Oh.
And I was like, I listened to that, and I was like, I liked it, so I want to listen to more of them. So all of that to say is I want to listen to a little bit more of them. Yeah. So like
I like
sound.
that like it sounds like it was recorded live.
Yeah.
Like those horns, they're in the same room.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell that it's in a room. And not like, we just added reverb. It's like, no, they're in the same room. Maybe I'm wrong though.
No, that sounds like that.
How many instruments do you think it is?
Well, are there strings in there too?
I don't know, but how many horns?
Like it's at moments there sounds like string vibrato, but
I'm thinking at least 3.
yeah.
the yelling, the holler of the ghost I have squandered. The snow cone tight, brightly mirrored false wonder there, that I did follow to the frozen water, as my family stood there and stared at Orion Town.
kind of had like his voice, because at the end, like, it doesn't feel like it's as strong, and that kind of gives it, because it's a kind of like a weak vibrato. Like, I don't know how to sing this quiet, so I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah,
I like, and I'm wondering if like that because that was in, I think this was released in 2019.
Okay.
No, long before that. Because I'm like,
How's your tune?
This came out in 2008. So yeah, a long time before that. Yeah, they haven't put out anything since 2017. But it's just a 3-piece. So obviously everything on here is not necessarily like live. Unless they have people come out. But
this one picture has 4 people in it.
Well, there's 3 now. Matthew Milia is like the main guy.
Yeah.
But on here, he probably played guitar and vocals, and then banjo, bass, drum kit, trumpet. Maybe that's just a whole bunch of...
Well, it's listed like a guy on horns, multi-dimensional musician Zachary Nicholas on horns, singing saw and melodica. Maybe it was singing saw that I was hearing.
Yeah, or mallet saw.
Interesting.
Or chain rattle.
And then, so the Anna Birch is listed as harmony vocals. She's the 4th person in the one picture I'm seeing.
Gotcha. Folk rock, that is their genre.
Sure.
Off of Quiet Scientific Records, which I believe that you can buy all of their records on vinyl.
Okay.
Like in one package for $105.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't want to spend that. Yeah. Anna Birch is listed in past members. So like on their website, it's just 3 dudes. 3 hipster looking dudes.
Because on the next track,
yeah,
they're pretty, like right away, it's female vocal. Like like on Oz and stuff.
Gotcha.
So she's kind of prominent on some, at least the next track. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, to me, it really reminds me of Pine Grove.
Okay.
Which I really like them. So,
and that song is track 9 of that. And they're from, did I already say that they're from Michigan?
I think so.
Okay.
If not, I was reading their Spotify bio. So
they're from Michigan, guys.
Michigan.
So yeah, go listen to them.
Yeah.
Adult Swim used a song for 4 ads in their well-known series of Bumps, first airing in September 2011.
Sure.
What's a bump? Is that like the before and after? Is that like Adult Swim, like the little weird things that
the
just
little bumpers?
Like, is it like just like you're watching Adult Swim?
Might be.
And then playing.
I've usually heard them referred to as bumpers, but I guess bumps would be the short version of that.
You know what a donut is in radio?
No.
So it's an ad, and then you have like the song with lyrics at the beginning and the end, and then the middle is like just instrumental left for whatever.
Sure, you can talk about whatever.
Yeah, and then we've got like 30-second, and it's just the whole donut hole.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool.
Anyways,
anything else?
Join the Discord.
Yep.
And we will answer questions if you post them there.
Yeah. Subscribe to whatever podcast catcher thing you listen to.
Yeah, we're trying to get our numbers up.
Yeah.
And then
then you don't have to like remember that it was Tuesday.
Yeah, you can just subscribe.
Be there.
I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I actually listen to our episodes.
I haven't listened in a long time.
Maybe you're
like
the
episode
20th
34. No, but I still
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
I don't either.
I don't know how anything works.
I listen because then I can like, I got to do this thing. Join the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get on it, but there's going to be a thing where people of the Discord we need to discuss more about what the Discord exclusives are going to be.
Yes. Yeah.
They're not going to be specifically what your friend suggested, because that just feels like it's an episode.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to just be an episode. I want it to be more of like what you described, which is blind react.
Sure.
But you have to be part of the Discord to A, hear it, and B, take part in it.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Well, thanks for
go
listening.
over there. Bye, guys.
Bye.